Okay, so maybe you could just start off by talking about a little bit about the significance of May Day, particularly for the IWW.
Sure. There was particularly people that were involved in the Haymarket Affair in 1886, the McCormick plant in Chicago. They were integral in the strike that was called, and then when the police opened fire, they were integral in the getting the people out on May 4th in the major rally that ended in the bomb that eventually ended in the Haymarket martyrs. So the IWW ever since has pushed, even prior for the 8-hour workday, ever since then we've pushed for the 4-hour workday. And that the fight still continues just as much as it did in 1886. I think it's ever more clear now in 2011 with Wisconsin and the issues there, and Rick Snyder, and you know, the government, local governments across the Midwest particularly, and Arizona, that are a complete attack on the working class, similar, very similar to the same attack on the working class in 1886. So we need to adapt the same tactics they used in 1886, which was the general strike and everyone walking out. Here in Grand Rapids, we had 7,000 workers, members of the Knights of Labor, that left the furniture factories in support of the 8-hour workday that most workers enjoy today.
So throughout today, you've had a whole series of bands and some speakers and food and children's activities. You know, what would you say is sort of the goal of the May Day activities here in Grand Rapids?
Well, yeah, we really try to set ourselves apart from the We Are One rallies, which we attend and the IWW and members attend for solidarity. Most importantly, is really what those rallies are attending, because we don't see an issue that's being addressed at those rallies. Whereas here, we're making a point through the microphone and through the flyers that we're giving out, showing people an actual strategy, which we feel is the general strike most effective strategy to uphold workers' rights in the United States of America. So with May Day, what we're trying to show is that as we come together as a community, through food and through the really free market with objects that people give others that they don't need anymore, we're showing that you know, they need us, we don't need them. These things that you know, food and clothing, all these things we can do once we come together as a community. We don't need these outside third-party oppressive forces, whether they be the politicians or the judges or the union bosses, whoever they may be. We need to come together in the bonds that you know, unite us, whether it be music and the food and the, you know, those types of things. So what we're trying to show is that there is actually something we can do concrete, as opposed to just standing on the sidewalk with a sign asking the government to give us our rights back. We're saying, no, we can take them back, and we do it by coming together and taking it.
Could you say a little bit more about the importance of having a kind of a different strategy? Because obviously a lot of folks are either calling for a recall of Snyder or for just folks to kind of get involved in the 2012 election and, you know, sort of vote the folks out of office that are in there now. So what's the IWW advocating that's different than that?
Sure. The IWW had round-the-clock organizers in Madison, Wisconsin, when they had 100,000 workers there marching when they took away collective bargaining rights for the workers there in Wisconsin. So we've been advocating ever since the fight in Madison, Wisconsin, that we need a general strike. And so we're advocating that for tomorrow, Sunday, May 1st, the actual May Day. Is that in May Day that we have here, 2011, and every annual May Day that the Grand Rapids IWW is involved in, will not have corporate sponsors, will not have politicians from any party coming here and trying to steal the fire that's in the belly of working people that are you know, being trounced on through their rights at work and even in the political arena. So the difference being that we don't advocate that they vote for anybody. The IWW believes that the Democrats are just as bad as the Republicans. We say the power lies in the workers and it lies at the point of production. That's where we need to organize, and we need to come together as a community for the things that we need. We need to organize with our co-workers in the community, and we'll solve our issues collectively, as opposed to being handed down to us from the employer or the union boss or the politician. You know, we know what's best for us, and we can decide that. We just have to take it.
And what would be a benefit for people in the community to become members of the IWW?
Well, the difference with the IWW is we're not like any other business union. You have the backing of thousands of union members across the world. We're a rank-and-file union. There's no bosses that will hand down directives or instructions to anybody, any rank-and-file member. Aside from that, we don't believe in the run-of-the-mill government-sanctioned union election type things. We believe in winning gains on the job today. Whether they mean extra legal, we advocate direct action, whether it be sick in or strike or slow down on the job, work to rule. These are things that we advocate and we teach in our organizer trainings as a way outside of the framework that the government has allowed us to organize these workplaces. It's very slow to try to get a NLRB election, so aside from that, each day workers can gain on the job by coming together and taking collective action.